Welcome. So my name is Marissa, and this is our morning stretch. We're going to start just by standing with our feet hip width apart and parallel. Then we'll sweep the arms out and all the way up. We'll clasp the hands overhead and turn the palms away. We'll take the hands behind the head, and then we'll slide over, side bending to the right, and we'll come back up. Do it again, side bend to the right, and come back up. Do it 2 more times. Side bend to the right and come back up. 1 more. Side bend to the right and come back up. Take your hands out in front of you. Your palms are facing you. Your hands are still clasped. But let's switch the clasping of the fingers over by 1 digit. So you're clasping your non-habitual way. Then take your hands behind your head and side bend over to your left and come up. Do it 3 more times. To your left and come up. 2 more. To your left and come up. 1 more. Go to your left and come up. From here, let's go over to the right. We'll undo the arms. The arms are reaching away from each other on a diagonal. We'll reclasp the hands, come back to center, side bend over to your left, release the arms away from each other on a diagonal, reclasp the hands and come back to center. Narrow your elbows in, and then drop your chin to your chest. So you're dropping your chin to your chest. So it's a stretch for the back of your neck. Then bend your knees and let your elbows come down to touch your knees. Now it's a stretch for your spine in its entirety. Keep your hands clasped behind your head, but come all the way up to stand with your elbows wide apart and arc backwards. Exhale, come in and down. We're going to do that 7 more times. Inhale, go up and back. Exhale, in and down. 6 more. Up and back. In and down. 5 more. Up and back. In and down. 4 more. Up and back, in and down. 3 more, up and back, in and down. 2 more, up and back, in and down. 1 more, up and back, in and down. Let's stay down and drop your hands outside of your feet. Your hands are up on these high finger pads, so you're tenting your fingers. Your fingernails and your toenails are in one straight line. So that means that your hands are not forward of your feet or turned out from your feet, but your hands are right outside of your feet. As you drop your head, straighten your legs as best you can, then rebend them. Do it 3 more times. Straighten and bend. 2 more, straighten and bend. 1 more, straighten and bend. Put your hands on your thighs, hug your elbows in close to your waist, look up to the ceiling, arch your spine, look into your belly, round your spine. Do it 3 more times. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, round and look in. Do it 2 more times. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, round and look in. Do it 1 more time. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, round and look in. Take your hands right outside of your feet. Take your right knee to the ground behind you. Take your left knee to the ground behind you. Plant your hands flat right under your shoulders. Then turn your toes out and widen your knees. We're going to a frog pose. So your toes are turned out to the side. Right toes turn to the right, left toes turn to the left. Your knees are going wider than your hips. Come down onto your elbows. Make sure that your forearms are parallel to each other. So don't have your hands drifting in and having a trapezoid or triangle between your forearms. Instead, have your fingers right in front of your elbows so that there's this rectangle between your forearms. Keep sliding the knees away from each other. It's a stretch for the inner thighs, for the inner groins. Breathe here. Maybe you can come forward now and lay your chest down. So you're coming forward, laying your chest down. Pause here. Take your arms out to a T shape. Then turn your right cheek towards the ground. Look to center. Turn your left cheek towards the ground. Come back to center. Come back with your hands under your chest. Push into your hands. Lift your torso up. Walk your hands under your shoulders. Narrow the knees. Walk your knees under your hips. Tuck your toes. Slide your right leg long back behind you, followed by your left leg. You're in a plank position. It's the top of a push-up. Go upwards and backwards, downward facing dog. You look like an upside down V. Your feet are backwards, they're hip width apart. Your hands are forward, they're shoulder distance apart. In this downward facing dog, take your right leg to the sky behind you. It's a down dog split. Then bend your right knee as you come forward with your shoulders, so the right knee goes outside your right elbow. Then step your right hand down outside your right foot. Your right foot down outside your right hand. Then your right hand goes to the ceiling. Look up to see your thumb. Lower this hand down. Lower your back knee down. Keep your back knee down, but lift your back foot up. Take your right arm to the ceiling. Take your right hand backwards. See if you can reach for your left foot. Right hand holds left foot. Open your torso to the right. Breathe here. Release your hand, release the foot. Your right hand comes down under your shoulder. Lift your back knee, step to plank position. It's the top of a push-up. Make sure that your hips are not sagging, that your feet are long back behind you, and your hips are elevated as high as your shoulders. Go upwards and backwards, downward facing dog. Stay in downward facing dog in this triangle shape, but lift your left leg to the sky. It's a down dog split. Come forward with your shoulders as your left knee touches outside your left elbow. Then step your left foot outside your left hand. Lift your left arm to the ceiling. You're in a twist. Stay in the twist. Take your back knee down and point your back foot. Now keep your back knee down, but lift your back foot. Reach your left hand backwards. Maybe you can hold on to that right foot. You're going to open towards the left. Breathe here. Release the grip of the foot. The left hand comes down. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Step your left foot to a plank position, top of a push-up. Go upwards and backwards, downward facing dog. Look between your hands and walk your feet forward in between your hands. Inhale, come to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Dive forward, your arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale, come to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Step your right leg long back behind. You're in a low lunge. Plant your right palm flat down. Take your left arm to the ceiling. Take your left elbow inside of your right, let's say the left elbow inside of the left big toe. So you're going left big toe with left elbow, then go back to the sky. 7 down and up. 6 down and up. 5 down and up. 4 down and up. 3 down and up. 2 down and up. 1 down and up. Take this hand down to high finger pads outside your left pinky toe. Pop your right hand up onto high finger pads. Walk your back foot forward. You're in a forward bend. Inhale to a flat back tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Dive forward, your arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, fold over. Step your left leg long back behind. You're in a low lunge. Plant your left hand flat down. Take your right arm to the ceiling. You're in a twist. Take your right elbow down inside of your right big toe, and then lift the arm back up. 2 down and up. 3 down and up. 4 down and up. 5 down and up. 6 down and up. 7 down and up. 8 down and up. Take the right hand down to high finger pads. Pop the left hand up to high finger pads. Walk your back foot forward. Your feet are apart. Straighten your legs. Inhale, your back looks like a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Dive forward. Your arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale, lift to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Take your left knee to the ground behind you. Take your right knee to the ground behind you. Plant your hands flat. Keep your toes tucked, and on the mat, slide your right leg long back behind you. Then lift your right leg up in line with your right hip. Make sure that you're not caving your low back. Don't just let your belly sag towards the ground. Hug your belly in so that your low back is puffing out. Take your left arm out in front of you. Let's bring the right knee and left elbow into center to touch and shoot away. 2, away. 3, away. 4, away. 5, away. 6, away. 7, away. 8, return to all fours, hands and knees. Have your toes tucked. On the mat, slide your left leg long back behind. Your toes are tucked. Lift your left leg up. Your foot is still flexed. It's the opposite of pointing. Don't let your belly sag towards the ground. Instead, hug your belly in and puff out your low back so there's no caving in the low back. Right arm comes out in front. The thumb turns to the ceiling. Take your left knee and right elbow to touch and shoot away. 2, away. 3, away. 4, away. 5, away. 6, away. 7, away. 8, let's come back to all fours, hands and knees. Go up onto high finger pads. Step your left foot inside of your left thumb. Lift your back knee, walk your back foot forward. Straighten your legs, inhale to a flat back tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Dive forward, your arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Step your right leg long back behind. Lift your left arm to the ceiling. Now, just like we had the elbow and knee touching, we're going to try it here. Right knee, left elbow touch and move away. 7, away. 6, away. 5, away. 4, away. 3, away. 2, away. 1, away. Take the left hand down to high finger pads. Step your right foot forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Dive forward, your arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale, lift to a flat back. Exhale, fold over. Step your left leg long back behind. Reach your right arm to the ceiling. Take the left knee and right elbow to touch and move away. 2, out. 3, out. 4, out. 5, out. 6, out. 7, out. 8, out. Take the hand down to high finger pads. Walk your back foot forward. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Dive forward, your arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale, lift to a flat back. Exhale, fold over. Step your right leg long back behind. You're in a low lunge. Reach your arms forward and up. You're in a high lunge. Take your hands to high prayer. Take your prayer hands in front of your heart. Lift your right knee into your chest. Straighten your right leg. It's a hurdle step. Lower your right heel down. The ball of the foot is still lifted. Then lift the right knee up and take the right leg backwards. We're going to do that 7 more times. Come up, out, down, up, back. 6, up, out, down, up, back. 5, up, out, down, up, back. 4, up, out, down, up, back. 3, up, out, down, up, back. 2, up, out, down, up, back. 1, up, out, down, up, back. Reach your prayer hands to the ceiling. Separate your prayer hands shoulder distance apart with the palms facing each other. Fold forward and down to high finger pads. Walk your back foot forward. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Dive forward, the arms go out to the sides and down. Inhale, lift to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Step your left leg long back behind. You're in a low lunge. Reach your arms forward and up. You're in a high lunge. Take your hands to high prayer. Lower your prayer hands in front of your heart. Take your left knee into your chest like you're standing on a high step. You're flexing the foot. Straighten this leg. It's still high. Then lower it down. Make sure you're flexing the foot that only your heel touches down. It's not the whole sole of the foot. Then the knee comes up and we go backwards. We're doing that 7 more times. Come up, out, down, up, and back. 6, up, out, down, up, and back. 5, up, out, down, up, and back. 4, up, out, down, up, and back. 3, up, out, down, up, and back. 2, up, out, down, up, and back. 1, up, out, down, up, and back. Prayer hands go to the ceiling. Separate your hands shoulder distance apart. The palms face each other. Come forward and down to high finger pads. Walk your back foot forward. Inhale to a flat back tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Dive forward, your arms go out to the sides and down. Walk your hands forward on high finger pads. You're tenting the fingers. Separate your feet wide, wide, wide apart, wider than your shoulders. Take your legs very wide apart. Then bend your right knee and take your hands over to the right. Come up with your hands on your hips and your torso upright. Both legs get straight. So we're going to go down with the right knee bent and then come up with the right leg straight. So bend your right knee and straighten it. 4, bend and straighten. 5, bend and straighten. 6, bend and straighten. 7, bend and straighten. 8, bend and straighten. Go down in center, high finger pads. Bend your left knee and walk your hands over to the left. Stay here. When we come upright, the left knee will be straight and the torso will be straight up. Let's try it. So we're coming up with the straight leg. So we're going down, bending and coming up, straightening. Going down 3, up. 4, up. 5, up. 6, up. 7, up. 8, up. Let's bend the left knee, the hands come down. We'll straighten both legs, the hands come to center. Now there's this space, the hands are shoulder distance apart. have your heels down and walk your hands forward with your heels down that your torso is parallel to the ground. Since the hands are separated shoulder distance apart, there's a space between the hands. Let's put the left hand flat down to the middle of that space so your left palm is face down right under your face. Then take your right arm to the ceiling. Look up to see your thumb. You're in a twist. Exactly where your left hand is, replace it with your right hand. Take your left arm to the ceiling. Look up to see your thumb. Take both hands down to high finger pads, separated shoulder distance apart. Then turn your fingers backwards and walk your hands backwards between your legs. Plant your palms flat down, drop your head. Walk your hands forward. Take both of your hands to the outside of your right ankle, but don't let your right hip bone hike up. Your right hip is as low as your left. Take your right arm to the ceiling. Look up to see your thumb. Take both hands to the outside of the right ankle. Switch it. Both hands to the outside of the left ankle. Don't let your left hip bone hike up. Take your left arm to the ceiling. Look up to see your thumb. Take both hands to the outside of the left ankle. Take both hands forward. Bend your knees and heel toe your feet to come in. Your feet go right under your hips, about 5-6 inches apart and parallel. Inhale, lift to a flat back tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Lower your hands down by your side. Hold on to your hip bones. Your fingers are forward, your thumbs are backwards. Lift your right knee up and lower it down. Same right knee. 2, down. 3, down. 4, down. 5, down. 6, down. 7, down. 8, down. Stay here for a moment. So notice when you did that, we were working on the way up and the way down. It wasn't a lift and a drop. You were working, you were doing an exercise both ways, that you were lifting and lowering. Let's do it with the left leg. So you're lifting, don't just let it drop, you're lowering it down. So you're controlling in both directions. You're working against gravity. You're not just letting it fall. It's not just willy-nilly. You're doing something here. You're actively lifting it and actively lowering it. Do it 4 more times. 4, down. 3, down. 2, down. 1, down. Let's take the hands down right in front of the feet on high finger pads. Bend your knees. Step your right foot behind the left. You're going to a curtsy step. We're going to stay here to make sure that you have it. So your left foot stays where it is. The toes are facing forward. Your 2 hip bones are facing forward. Your right ball of the foot is down, but your right heel is lifted. The right toes are turned to the right. So you're in this curtsy step with both knees bent. Take your hands to your hips. Let's come up and straighten the legs. Let's re-bend the knees. Take the hands down, uncross the right foot. We're going to do that again, a total of 8. So here's 7. Come up, straighten the legs, come back down, and return. Curtsy, up, down, return. 4, curtsy, up, down, return. 5, curtsy, up, down, return. 6, curtsy, up, down, return. 7, curtsy, up, down, return. 8, curtsy, up. Let's stay up. Let's lift the right knee center. Go back to that cross behind. Lift center, cross behind. 3, cross. 4, cross. 5, cross. 6, cross. 7, cross. 8, cross, back to curtsy, unwind. Let's come up to a tabletop, fold over, sweep your arms out and all the way up, go right back down over yourself. Let's do that little curtsy routine on the second side. Bend your knees, step your left foot behind the right. Let's align this. Let's really make this precise. So your hands are down, shoulder distance apart on high finger pads. Your right toes are facing forward towards your hands. Both of your knees are bent. Your left ball, the foot is down. The left toes are turned to the left. The left heel is lifted. You're in this curtsy step. Your hands come to your hips, your torso comes up, and you're gonna straighten your legs. That back heel is still lifted. Make sure your back heel is not down. Then you're going back down to that curtsy step and unwinding. We do it a total of 8. So here's 7, curtsy, up, down, unwind. 6, curtsy, up, down, unwind. 5, curtsy, up, down, unwind. 4, curtsy, up, down, unwind. 3, curtsy, up, down, unwind. 2, curtsy, up, down, unwind. 1, curtsy, up, stay up. So both of your knees are straight. Your left heel is lifted off of the ground. Don't have your left heel down. Lift your left knee up in front of you, both hips face forward, then cross it backwards. You're going right back to where you were. 2, cross behind. 3, cross behind. 4, cross behind. 5, cross behind. 6, cross behind. 7, cross behind. 8, cross behind. Go back to that curtsy step. Unwind your foot. Inhale to a tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. Stay standing tall. Just lower your hands down by your side. Hold on to your hip bones, fingers forward, thumbs back. Lift your right knee up. Then point your right foot. Drop your right knee down. Your right heel goes towards your right butt cheek. Right hand, hold on to the top of the right foot. Your foot is pointed. Bring your knees back together to touch. Take your left arm to the ceiling. Your left index finger and left thumb touch. Lift your right thigh parallel to the ground. Now you might end up tilting your torso forward, but it's not that you're trying to tilt your torso forward. Really what you'd like to do is have your right thigh parallel to the ground and your torso upright. Return to standing up with your hands down. Hold on to your hip bones. Lift your left knee up out in front of you. Point your left foot. Drop your left knee down. With your left hand, hold on to the top of the left foot. The left foot is pointed. Draw the knees together. Lift your left thigh parallel to the ground. Now you might end up tilting forward a little bit, but it's not that you're trying to tilt forward. You're trying to keep your torso upright. Right arm to the ceiling, right index finger and thumb touch. Can you get that left thigh lifted up more parallel to the ground? Can you get your torso lifted up more parallel to the wall out in front of you? You're in a dancer's pose. Release, just standing up. Sweep your arms out and up. Dive forward, your arms go out to the sides and down. Drop your head and release your neck and shoulders. It's a stretch for the back of your legs, your hamstrings. It's a stretch for your spine. Breathe here. Come up halfway to a tabletop. Your palms face each other. Your back looks like a tabletop. Then fold over. Keep your heels down, but lift the balls of your feet up so you can place your hands down under your feet. Your palms are face up, so your feet are stepping onto your palms as you drop your head. Straighten your legs as best you can. Release your hands. Inhale, come up to a flat back tabletop. Exhale, fold over. Sweep your arms out and all the way up. stay standing tall. Just take your hands to high prayer, then lower your prayer hands in front of your heart. While you're standing here, push down into your feet and add to that a pulling up from your feet. So you're not only pushing down, you're also pulling up. Your muscles wrap around your bones. So everything from the waist down is very invigorated, is very energized. Let's add that same invigoration, that same energy from the waist up. So send your belly button in towards your spine and up towards your nose. And then from the crown of your head, send energy down your spine so the hands are pushing into each other evenly. Then release your hands down. Thank you so very much for joining me. My name is Marissa, and this was our morning stretch.